A new season is upon us as we've got the 2025 college football season right on the horizon. We're going to have plenty of upsets this season, and we're going to have a ton of teams in contention for the national championship. We've also got the week 1 predictions up next. Good afternoon, everybody. How is all of my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nicky D, and welcome back to the Nicky D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2025 college football week 1 prediction show. We've got 15 games in week 1, and we've even got a game in week 0 in Dublin, Ireland. What's your predictions for week 1 in the college football season? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about college football? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you could be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to... We kick off the 2025 college football predictions week 1 show as we have the Syracuse Orange going on the road to Atlanta to take on number 24 ranked Tennessee Volunteers in an Aflac kickoff show. And I want to say first and foremost, Tennessee is being extremely underestimated to start the season. I really feel like they should be in the top 15 of the nation, considering they were just in the college football playoffs about 8 months ago. But Tennessee this season is going to be starting out number 24 in the nation, and this team is going to be okay. Don't get me wrong. The Nico's gone. Dylan Sampson went to the NFL. So they're not going to be the same team they were last year. But still, I still think Tennessee is going to be just fine, considering the fact that this team's success revolves around the system that Josh Heupel runs, not the players that run it. And honestly, I do think this game is going to be pretty close early on. Probably for the first quarter or two, but once Joey Aguilar gets his feet underneath them, I think Tennessee is going to run away with this game in the second half. I do think that Syracuse has got a pretty good team, and I think they can do some damage this year in college football, but I don't think it's going to start out well against Tennessee. Good old Rocky Top. I'm picking the Tennessee Volunteers to beat the Syracuse Orange. And in our next matchup, we've got the Illinois State Redbirds going on the road to Norman to take on number 18 ranked Oklahoma Sooners. And I think one of two things is going to happen. I think Illinois State is going to get on the board first, or I think Oklahoma is going to be up like 52-0 in the fourth quarter before Illinois State gets a touchdown in garbage time. I do think that Oklahoma State is going to dominate this game from beginning to end. That front seven looks a lot better than it did last year in Norman, and The quarterback situation is going to be just fine. I expect Oklahoma to come out and run the ball a lot in this game. I feel like the Sooners are just more successful when they run the ball down their opponent's throats rather than trying to throw it up top like Texas Tech would. But I think Oklahoma overall is going to be a team to watch in the SEC this season, and I think Oklahoma is going to find a way to get it done against Illinois State Redbirds. Again, I don't think this game is going to be close at all. I think OU runs away with this game in dominant fashion to make a statement that they are here in 2025. So I'm picking the Oklahoma Sooners to beat the Illinois State Redbirds. And in our next matchup, this matchup will be happening tomorrow around noontime. We go to Dublin, Ireland to kick off the college football season as we've got number 22 ranked Iowa State Cyclones taking on number 17 ranked Kansas State Wildcats. I think this is going to be a very close matchup. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot closer than the analysts predict it's going to be. I think Kansas State does struggle early in the season. Well, they did last season. I think we're going to find out early if they were able to improve on that. Whereas Iowa State had proved last season that they were able to come out the box hot, and they were quickly able to repel themselves into the top 25, which is where they sit now. I do think Iowa State comes out and gets some points on the board early. Wouldn't be surprised if they go up by 14 or even 17 points in the second quarter. But then I think Kansas State is going to wake up in this game. I think they're going to rally. I think this is going to be a game of halves. I think Iowa State's going to take the first half. I think Kansas State is going to take the second half. I think Kansas State is going to take the lead with mere seconds left in the game, as I'm picking the Kansas State Wildcats to make a comeback victory over the Iowa State Cyclones. And in our next matchup, we've got the East Texas A&M Lions going on the road to take on number 16 ranked SMU Mustangs. And honestly, I don't expect this game to be very close either. ESPN doesn't either. They give SMU a 99% chance of victory before the ball's even kicked off. So I definitely don't expect this game to be close. Similar to the Illinois State and Oklahoma game, I expect East Texas A&M to either get on the board first or get on the board last in garbage points. I think this game is going to showcase just how well SMU can really run the ball. I think if they're going to have a successful season for SMU, I think it needs to be established on the ground. I do think that SMU can get the passing game going if they need to. If they need a lot of points quickly to rally a comeback, I definitely think that option is on the table and it works well for them. But this is not that kind of game. This is a game where you are predicted to win by a lot. This is a game where talent-wise, you are miles ahead of your opponent. So in my opinion, I think SMU needs to keep the ball safe, keep the ball productive, and keep the ball on the ground. I think SMU absolutely obliterates East Texas A&M because they limit the turnovers and they keep the ball on the ground. And I'm picking SMU to beat the dog bricks off the East Texas A&M. Our next matchup that we have on the 2025 College Football Predictions Week 1 show, we've got the Long Island University Sharks going on the road to take on the number 15 ranked Florida Gators. And honestly, I think the Florida Gators need to watch out for Ethan Greenwood. I think he is going to find a way to find the end zone at least one time in this game, whether it be on the ground, whether it be throwing the football, whether it be catching the football. Long Island University starting quarterback Ethan Greenwood had a stellar season last year, and I expect him to continue that kind of success into 2025. And now, do I think the Florida Gators are going to lose this game? No. Do I think this game is going to be close? No. I think the Florida Gators defense is going to suffocate the Sharks, and I think the Florida Gator offense is going to find a way to put the ball in the end zone time and time again. I think this is a statement game for the Florida Gators, who are, in my opinion, blessed with a rank that they do not deserve at number 15 in the nation. But I think that they're going to find a way to dominate a much less talented Long Island University team. I think this game will probably be over by halftime, and I'm picking the Florida Gators to beat the Long Island University Sharks. And in our next matchup, we have the New Mexico Lobos going on the road into the big house of Ann Arbor to take on number 14 ranked Michigan Wolverines. And I think that Michigan is going to come out and make a statement in this game. I do think New Mexico is going to be able to get on the board a couple of times. We've seen over the past few seasons that when New Mexico is placed against a Big Five opponent, they are able to at least show up and show out. Maybe not win, but definitely show their opponent that they were better than what they thought they would be. I think New Mexico keeps this game close in the first half. I think Michigan will probably be up by 7, maybe 10 at the half. I think that'll surprise a lot of people. But I think Michigan's going to come out in the second half and assert pure dominance. I think the Michigan Wolverines are just going to come out and potentially run up the score and show the world that they are on a completely different level than this New Mexico team. I think Michigan has no problem at all getting to 1-0 on the year. So I'm picking the Michigan Wolverines to put the beat down on the New Mexico Lobos. And in our next matchup, this matchup will be taking place on Sunday, August 31st, 3 p.m. kickoff, as we're going to be having the Virginia Tech Hokies going on the road to take on the number 13 ranked South Carolina Gamecock. And I like this matchup. Honestly, I think Virginia Tech has a much better chance to win this game than ESPN and a lot of other people think they do. I do think that people are overestimating South Carolina in this particular matchup. Considering the 9-3 season they had last year. But this isn't the same South Carolina team that they had last year. I think South Carolina is going to have to find themselves in this game. And I think Virginia Tech is actually going to keep up with this match. I wouldn't be surprised if Virginia Tech was up by 7 at the half, having South Carolina on upset alert. But I think it's going to be neck and neck in the second half. Honestly, I think Virginia Tech has the capability facilities are taking the lead with under 5 minutes to go in the game and forcing South Carolina to have to come up with a game-winning drive to get to 1-0 on the season. And I think South Carolina is going to deliver. And I'm picking the South Carolina Gamecock to just barely survive against Virginia Tech. And in our next matchup, we have a matchup on Friday, August 29th at 7:30 kickoff. You can check out this game on Peacock. We've got the Western Illinois Leathernecks going on the road to take on the number 12 ranked Illinois Fighting Illini. And I don't think this game is going to be close at all. I don't think Illinois should be ranked as high as number 12 to start the season. Even if they did have a great offseason recruiting, I would have put Illinois somewhere between 20 and 25 because I feel like this team still has to prove themselves some more. Especially when they get to start the season with an in-state rival as easy as Western Illinois. I think one of two things is going to happen. I think Western Illinois is either going to score first and then get blown out, or I think they're going to get blown out and then score in garbage time. I think Illinois, similar to SMU, they need to limit the turnovers in this game. They need to keep the ball on the ground in this game. They have the better overall talented team, and that goes from the offense to the defense to the offensive line to the corners to the wide receivers to everywhere, special teams included. I think that Illinois needs to just keep the ball safe, limit the turnovers, keep the ball on the ground, and they will have no problem blowing out Western Illinois. I'm picking number 12 Illinois to put the beat down on Western Illinois. Our next matchup we have on the 2025 College Football Predictions Week 1 show, we've got the Northern Arizona Lumberjacks going on the road into Tempe to take on number 11 Arizona State Sun Devils. And I don't think this is going to be that close of a game at all. I do think that Arizona State is going to have to keep the ball on the ground if they want to continue to extend the lead. Either that or go into the Wildcat formation. We know their quarterback is great at being able to throw and run out the pocket as well. So I would play to my strengths there. I don't think the Lumberjacks are going to be that competitive in this matchup. Arizona State is clearly the more dominant, the more physical, the more superior team in this matchup. And I think if Arizona State can limit the turnovers and keep the ball on the ground, I definitely think they're going to have a rout here. I do think if Arizona State drops back to throw, they need to be accurate because Northern Arizona, I feel like, is going to make them pay if they are not. I do think Northern Arizona finds a way to get on the board at some point in this game, but I think Arizona State is coming out to make a statement in Week 1 to show the college football world that we deserve to be here in 2025. We deserve to be in the conversation about the college football playoffs, and I think they do an excellent job here of proving that in Week 1. I'm picking number 11 Arizona State to beat Northern Arizona. And in our next matchup, we have the number 8 ranked team in the nation, the Alabama Crimson Tide, going on the road into Tallahassee, Doak Campbell Stadium, to take on the Florida State Seminoles. And honestly, I think this is going to be a very interesting matchup. I'm very curious to see what type of Florida State team that we see in 2025. 2025. We saw just how horrible they were in 2024, and then we saw just how spectacular they were in 2023, with the exception of the Georgia game at the end of the year. I think that Florida State needs to turn things around in Tallahassee. We're also going to see Caleb DeBoer's second year as head coach at Alabama. Definitely interested to see where he's going to be improving on this season. I expect Ty Simpson to come out and wreak havoc on this Florida State secondary. I will not deny that. No, but my question is Florida State going to be able to be productive offensively, because that's where they struggled a year ago, and we're going to see how much that they have improved in that. It does kind of stink that they have to start the year against defense as elite as Alabama, but sometimes with scheduling, that's just how the cookie crumbles. I do think Florida State finds a way to keep this close in the first half, but I'm afraid Florida State's going to come out in the second half and make mistakes. And when they do, Alabama's going to capitalize. And Alabama, because of that, is going to run away with this game. I'm picking number 8 Alabama to beat the Florida State Seminoles. And in our next matchup, we've got the Montana State Bobcats going on the road into Autzen Stadium to take on the number 7 ranked Oregon Ducks. And honestly, I think this is going to be a runaway game, a one-sided affair. I think the Oregon Ducks are the superior team in this matchup. Yes, they were in the college football playoffs last season, but similar to Tennessee, they got shellacked by Ohio State in the first attempt. So definitely interested to see where Oregon has improved. I do think the Oregon Ducks need to keep the ball on the ground. I think Oregon has one of the best rushing attacks in the country this year, and I think they need to lean on their strengths. I think if they can lean on the running game, I think the offensive line is going to have absolutely no problem creating big gaps, wide open spaces for the running backs to run through against this Montana State Bobcat defense. And I think the defense for Oregon is definitely going to be the X factor in this game. I don't think this game is going to be close at all. I expect Oregon to be up by 2 possessions by the end of the first quarter and potentially be up by at least 30 by half. And honestly, I think Montana State does try to find a way to get on the board. I would not be surprised if they didn't, because Oregon's defense is just absolutely next level. And I'm picking the Oregon Ducks to shellac the Montana State Bobcats. And in our next matchup, this matchup will be taking place on Sunday, August 31st at 7 p.m. We have the number 6 ranked team in the nation, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, going on the road to Hard Rock Stadium to take on number 10 ranked Miami Hurricanes. And this is going to be a very interesting matchup for me. Honestly, I do like Notre Dame in this matchup. One of the big reasons why is because Miami lost starting quarterback Cam Ward to the NFL this offseason. So definitely big shoes to fill at the quarterback position for Miami this season. And definitely a lot to see and improve when it comes to that. Whereas Notre Dame made it all the way to the national championship last year. And honestly, Notre Dame has a lot of players that are going to be coming back this year. Big expectations for Notre Dame this season, and it all starts in Miami. I do think that this is going to be a very good game. I think it's going to be very close. I think the lead is going to be exchanged on several occasions. We could see Notre Dame be ahead at the end of the first quarter just to have Miami be ahead at half. And I think this game is going to come down to whoever has the ball last. I think Notre Dame is definitely good at clock management. Head coach Freeman knows exactly what he's doing with this Irish team, and honestly, I think Notre Dame is going to find a way to go into Hard Rock Stadium, walk out with a game-winning touchdown pass in the final seconds of the game, as I'm picking the number 6 ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish to survive in a classic against the number 10 ranked Miami Hurricanes. And our next matchup that we have on the 2025 College Football Predictions Week 1 show, we've got the Marshall Thundering Herd going on the road between the hedges down to Athens, Georgia, to take on the number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs at Stanford Stadium. And honestly, I don't think this game is going to be close at all. I do think Marshall is going to come in and just get absolutely overwhelmed by the noise, by the atmosphere, by the straight up energy that illuminates from this stadium and its 93,000 fans. I think that's going to be a big aspect of this match. I think it's going to get extremely loud down there in Georgia, which is going to make it difficult for Marshall to communicate. Due to that, I'm probably going to see a lot of false starts, a lot of offside penalties on Marshall. And I think Georgia's defense is going to have no problem taking down Marshall throughout the course of this game. I do think Georgia's offense is definitely going to be interesting to see to start. Will they stick to the ground game, or are they going to come out slinging the ball against this vulnerable Marshall secondary? Honestly, I think Georgia needs to stick to keeping the ball on the ground. I think Georgia needs to stick with limiting the turnovers in this game and focus on just getting the ball into the end zone by any means necessary offensively. I think if they can do that, they're going to have absolutely no problem running up the score on this subpar Marshall team. I'm picking the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs to put the beat down on Marshall. And in our next matchup, we have the number 9 ranked LSU Tigers going on the road into Clemson to take on number 4 ranked Clemson Tigers. These two will be getting underway 7:30 kickoff, and honestly, I think this game has the potential to be game of the week. I think both of these teams deserve to be in the top 10 of the nation, and I think that this is going to be a good old-fashioned classic match. I think Clemson comes out and dominates the first quarter. I think that'll put him up a good 14-0 before LSU rallies back to even things up at halftime. I do think Clemson, though, is going to find a way in the second half. I think they've got the defense that can shut down LSU. Garrett Nussmeister is going to have a decent game, but that Clemson defense, it's going to be hard to really sling the ball like Garrett wants to down in LSU. And I think Clemson offensively is going to limit the turnovers, stick to the running game, try to get the O-line to find those holes to get 4 or 5 yards when they only need 3 for a first down, and just really keep the drive going and the game moving. I think if they do that, I think they're going to have no problem in the second half securing a 1-0 start in 2025, whereas LSU needs to focus on the defense. If they can plug those gaps, then maybe they'll stand a chance. I don't think they'll be able to. I'm picking number 4 Clemson Tigers to beat number 9 LSU Tigers. And in our next matchup, we have the Nevada Wolfpack going on the road into Happy Valley University Park, Beaver Stadium, to take on the number 2 ranked Penn State Nittany Lions. And I don't think this game is going to be close at all. I think the Wolfpack do find a way to get on the board first in this matchup. But after that, I think Penn State is going to wake up, run the ball, and then when they're done doing that, run the ball some more. Because I think that's where Penn State shines. I think they have an excellent running attack. They proved last year, just how swole that offensive line is and just how shifty their running backs can be. I think if they could stick to the running game and really grind it out against Nevada, limit the turnovers, I think they have the potential to really be able to make a statement to college football. But I think that Penn State has absolutely no issues in this game at all, in my opinion. I think Nevada is going to give them a good run for their money in the first 15 minutes. But I think the last 45 minutes is all going to be Penn State. It's going to be all smiles in University Park after week 1. I'm picking the number 2 Penn State Nittany Lions to put the beat down on Nevada. And in our final matchup of the week, game of the week, we have the number 1 ranked team in the nation, the Texas Longhorns, led by Arch Manning, will go on the road into the Horseshoe of Columbus to take on the number 3 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes, aka the defending national champions. And honestly, noontime kickoff makes this even better. We get to start August 30th with this game, and I think it's going to be an absolute classic. I think Arch Manning is going to light up this Ohio State secondary, whether he's looking for post routes, whether he's looking to go deep, whether he's looking to run a halfback screen. I think Arch Manning is going to continuously find a way to keep the chains moving, and I think Ohio State is also going to be able to dominate this Texas defense on the ground. I think this matchup is going to be Texas A&M's passing game versus Ohio State's running game, and I think they're going to go tick for tack throughout this game. I think this comes down to who has the ball last, and I think Texas is going to find a way to take the lead with under 5 minutes to go, leaving the Ohio State Buckeyes with a game-winning drive. I think Ohio State keeps it on the ground and really runs the clock and milks it down and gets down the field. And I think that this is going to come down to a goal line stand, but I think the Ohio State Buckeyes just have a stronger offensive line than the Texas's defensive line. So due to that, I'm picking the number 3 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes to beat the number 1 ranked team in the nation, the Texas Longhorns. And that was the 2025 college football predictions week 1 show. What's your predictions for week 1 of the 2025 college football season? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about college football? Then post a message down in the message box below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you could be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nicky D, this is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all!